My name is Sinclair Schuller, and I'm the CEO of Apprenda. We're a company based in Albany, New York. We've built a .NET application server for other software companies that are building applications to be delivered in the cloud. The application server solves a lot of the architectural problems with building SaaS applications or software plus services applications, including things like multi-tenancy and billing and subscription management. We're very excited about Windows Azure. We see it as a big commitment from Microsoft to the cloud, which I think is an important aspect of any sort of provider from a technology perspective. And that's very exciting. We think that from a value perspective, one of the most important things that it gives us is that we sell technology to other software companies, to other software firms. They build their applications on top of our application server SaaS grid, and they see the need in many instances to reach out to cloud resources that Azure provides. So it becomes a no-brainer for us that it's important to our business, given that our customers value it as well. So a huge number of the requests we really solve from our product perspective, things like moving a .NET application to the cloud, things like multi-tenancy gets solved by our application server layer. But we see a lot of requests come in for things like where can I store files for large file storage, things of that nature. And things like Azure, what Azure brings to the table are things like a simple storage solution, which is just huge from their perspective. They can now rely on our software for solving some of the critical SaaS architecture pieces, but then also leverage Azure from an API perspective when it comes to storing that type of data. And that sort of powerful syndication of technology is exactly what they're looking for. I think some of the perfect scenarios end up being any situation where there's geographic disparity. That becomes a no-brainer. When somebody's building an application that's going to be delivered online, they're talking about giving access to customers that are from all kinds of geographic boundaries, access to a centrally hosted application. So it becomes obvious that they need to host it in the cloud, and our technology helps with that situation big time from an architecture perspective. But then the other piece of the puzzle becomes, well, what resources are available in the cloud they can tap into for things like file storage? And Azure plays a key role in that, and it becomes a type of situation where that problem set is solved by two technologies. Our application server SaaS grid is really focused on the .NET community. We solve a huge number of the architectural hurdles for .NET web applications, and given that we're so focused on the Microsoft stack, it became a no-brainer from a seamless perspective to use Azure as a backdrop for any sort of cloud needs that our customers might have. So we've built trivial API integrations between our API tier and some of the Azure services that are offered. That's pretty huge when you look at it from that perspective. You know, competitively speaking, who would we go to other than Microsoft who's offering what we need from a cloud point of view? And being able to meld that into our application server offering, that's exactly why we just made that decision. When I think of Windows Azure, what comes to my mind is Microsoft's cloud commitment.